I think we all like to root for the underdog. I think we all like a David versus Goliath story. With 5G towers going up all over America, one town, and believe it or not, Connecticut, has decided to pump the brakes on this due to concerns over long-term health effects of 5G technology on its citizens. That's hard to believe.
Let's go at this tower. Whoa. Oh, that's not good. That's on fire.
Falls under fair use as it's a parody. If you don't have a sense of humor, go. Welcome. Is this my reality? Is this your reality?
5G wireless technology in our state. Governor Lamont will hold a ceremonial bill signing tomorrow in Stamford. The bill will establish a council on 5G technology, reviewing the requests of wireless carriers to use state property for facilities that would help with the faster service. Lamont says ultra-fast internet speeds are critical for Connecticut's economy.
Finally, representing the people that voted him in, the Stamford, Connecticut Board of Reps Committee votes to block the state's 5G telecom installations. Now, how does this happen? Where did this start? Well, in 2021, the governor, Ned Lamont, dry drunk, he began mediation between Connecticut's 5 big cities and the 3 major telecommunication companies in the state. According to a Stamford Legal Department memo, AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile wanted to install 5th generation, or more commonly known as 5G. What do they think? They think they give it a cool name, everything's okay? The telecom giants were taking advantage of a 2018 order from the Federal Communications Commission that, to foster technological progress, cities may not interfere with the placement of the radios, antennas, transmitters, and other equipment on public rights of way, according to the memo. So the cities have no rights to say what goes on their property. Okay, I get that. That's good. I love the FCC. Now, Lamont, when he's not destroying the economy of Connecticut, is all for 5G mobile technology. And before the mediation, touted the networks as significantly faster and more responsive, and would allow connection as of many as 100 times more wireless devices. A technological leap that would benefit residents and businesses. His office sought the mediation to ease the process for cities, given that the federal government had blocked them from regulating the use of their own property. After a year and a half of talking, the administration has brokered a deal between 2 of the telecoms, AT&T and Verizon, in the cities Bridgeport, Stamford, New Haven, Hartford, and Waterbury. The agreement, which created a template for the applications the telecoms will bring before cities to install 5G equipment, is making its way before the local legislative bodies right now. So far, Bridgeport, Hartford, they've approved the template. They don't give a shit. Put 5G everywhere. New Haven and Waterbury, they're expected to approve it soon because they don't want to go up against the FCC and the federal government. They want their money. They don't care about the people. Support this channel. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Smash that notification bell. Do us a favor. Share it if you can, if you want to, because YouTube does not like what we're talking about on this channel. So get this is something I would have never expected, but in Stamford, a committee of the Board of Representatives last week voted overwhelmingly to reject it, despite warnings from a retired judge and lawyer who acted as arbiters in the deal, plus the city attorney. So they've seen enough where, regardless of how much pressure they're getting, they're saying no to 5G, bad 5G. Now this part really gets to me right here. All right, here we go. City representatives have raised the concern that the higher frequency radio transmissions of 5G are a form of environmental pollution and voiced fears that the technology could damage human cells and harm wildlife and plants. Now, during the committee meeting, all three attorneys told city representatives, reprimanded them, that they have no authority in the public health debate. Okay? If the Board of Representatives turns down this application for placement of said 5G equipment and the telecoms take the board to court, the board will surely lose. And why? Why is it the end of the discussion? Because the FCC, the FCC is in control of this. They tell you what's safe and what's not safe. And if you trust them, I got a bridge in Brooklyn for you. So how did this hullabaloo start? Yeah, I said it, whatever. Well, one citizen, just one citizen, that's all it takes, guys. One citizen, a Stamford resident, a Chapin Avenue resident, named Len, we'll just say Len right here. He claimed that the installation of 5G equipment on a utility pole in front of his house threatened his house. Now, they ruled against him, saying that the emissions were within FCC limits and met federal safety requirements. But according to the panel of experts invited to speak at the Land Use Committee, the case raised illustrates the problems with the evaluations of the safety of 5G technology. Get this, you can't make this shit up. AT&T had its own witness testify that AT&T's radio frequency emissions were safe, and the state regulatory agency accepted it. Nothing to see here. And why? Because the FCC is dominated by the very industries they're presumably regulating. Look, I'm not a big Howard Stern fan anymore, but he was right when he said F the FCC. Woohoo! Tell them, Fred. I invented cell towers. Woohoo! So how many towers are they thinking about putting up in Stamford, Connecticut? Well, State Rep David Michael of Stamford, an outspoken environmental protection advocate, assembled the panel to present information and take questions from the Land Use Committee as it considered approving the template for AT&T and Verizon's applications to install 5G equipment. City Rep Jim Grumberger asked how many more towers Stamford and residents can expect to see. Could be in the hundreds, he asked. It's possible, said the attorney. So you want to put hundreds of these things in this town? Really? Is that without any long-term health studies, anything? Just shove them up there, let the money come in. Woo! Give the FCC their cut and fuck the people, fuck the animals, fuck the environment. I get it.
Radiation is a lot worse than people think it is, but, I don't think
How so?
Well, Wi-Fi radiation does all kinds of bad things, including causing cancer.
Wi-Fi radiation causes cancer?
From your cell phone. I mean, there's cell phone tumors. I'm representing hundreds of people who have cell phone tumors.
What about a lawsuit? Well, let's give them credit. The city of Stamford reps, they've said they don't think they should back away from this because of the threat of a lawsuit. They actually said they think they have to be the test case on this. But one city rep, he's advising against it. City Rep Don Mays. Boo. Sorry, he said the opposite. He said if cities try to go against the FCC rules, the carriers will sue the cities, Mays said. And he doesn't want to subject the city to... Okay, time out, everybody. Where does the federal government, i.e. the FCC, get the ability to tell states and therefore cities what to do with their own property? Where is that in the 18 enumerated powers of the Constitution? It's not in there. Don't give me the Commerce Clause. That's bullshit, okay? What this is a federal overreach. How dare you tell cities what to do and states what to do from the federal level when it's not one of your powers? It's called the 10th Amendment. Look it up. The committee members, they decided 8-1 to recommend the full board reject the Telecom agreement on 5G equipment installation applications. According to the agreement, AT&T and Verizon must notify city officials in advance about where they plan to install equipment. Like, don't put that shit on top of a school, for Christ's sake. Now, we know some of you are going to be in the comments telling us to trust the science, trust the FCC. Your government would never do anything to harm you, especially for profit. Look, I'm all for science, if it helps. How about you cure cancer, you cure diabetes? You give us cures. I'm all for that. I mean, I like a microwave, but give us some cures for God's sake. But I'm not for technology that does harm. There's no Terminators for me, no HAL from 2001, no directed energy weapons frying people in their cars and burning up certain places that we can't talk about, no CERN opening portals, talk to the demons or entities. I don't need HARP. Not all technology is good. You see, they want to thin the herd, reduce the resistance to their plan. You see that. You see what they're doing. They're trying to thin the herd. Now 5G, it's just another way. They're going to get us to pay for it too, saying it's better for us. I agree with Stanford. We don't know enough about this shit, and everything I've heard is bad. My friggin' phone and my computer's fast enough. I'm all right. Stand strong, Stanford. Tell them to go fuck themselves, all right? And other cities, you need to follow up and do the same thing. Stand up for your people. Stop taking the money from the telecommunications people. Stop letting the FCC boss you around. This is about states' rights and our rights. That's all I got to say right now. Leave a comment down below. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Pipes is radiation. Where they put the water is radiation, harmful on all the sidewalks. The pipe work they did last time, they put some 5G, very harmful, terrible.